Hello.
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 And welcome to a cute and cuddly inspired episode of the Weekend Superheroes Podcast. Today is January 11th. Sorry we haven't had a podcast in a while. December turns out is a very busy month. I know we're a little late, but I guess now it's time to say goodbye to 2000.
Peace, motherfucker.
Good riddance.
Yeah. 2017 was like, yo, you're my first victim. 2016.
A nightmare. So many horrible things happened.
Harambe. That's where it all started.
Can you
You're
wait until
Wow,
we get
can we-
I'm just saying.
Should we
that's-
get into the-
You said horrible things. That's where it started.
Well, these are the horrible things.
So the first 5 months were nothing?
That was in March.
First 5 what?
Oh, was it? Oh, was it March?
Yeah.
No, it was early on.
Wow. I thought it was later.
So the shitty things that happened in 2016, Britain exited the EU.
Brexit.
Gone. The old 2-year-old boy that got snatched by an alligator.
Yeah.
Forgot about that
Oh,
at
I
Disney
know.
or something,
Everyone
right?
forgot about it. Plunged into the lagoon
Yeah,
and died.
peace. Don't let your kid walk next to the water where there's alligators.
Bastille Day, the terrorist attack in Nice, France.
Oh, yeah. Was that the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the truck.
Man. Ain't that some shit?
Crazy.
In the U.S., hate crimes have increased towards Muslims in the LGBTQBLT community.
LMNOP.
You
BLT?
wanna-
Wait, people are waging war on the
When did you
BLTs?
become-
I'm just
Snoop Dogg.
hungry.
Are you hangry?
For the LBC.
We don't even have
Nice.
time to talk about the U.S. presidential race.
The what race?
I'd rather not.
I almost got
Yeah,
it.
you were so close.
The U.S. presidential race.
You were so damn
It's
close.
the only word I didn't put down here in the phonetic spelling. And of course, at the Cincinnati Zoo, what happened, Steve?
Rest in peace.
What happened, buddy? This is your boy. Tell
They
us what
shot my
happened.
boy, man. Some parent wasn't watching their kid, fell into the zoo, or fell into the gorilla enclosure at the zoo.
Into the zoo.
Yeah, fell into the gorilla enclosure at the zoo, and
Fell into the zoo and had to pay that entire fee.
yeah,
And he was only there for like 10 minutes.
he fell right through the gate, and they were like, "Hey, you got to pay for that, kid."
They didn't even give him the child rate, which
Yeah.
is bullshit.
Yeah, it says if you walk through, you get the child rate. If you fall in, you're paying the full amount.
He's a rape victim. I know.
Oh. Wow, he's a rapist.
Oh God, rape crimes.
Would like to make a quick shout out to your boy Harambe.
You know, I feel like I've given enough shout outs in 2016. I'm all shouted out. I can't.
understand.
I don't want to hurt anymore.
So you let it all out.
Yeah, shout. These are the things that it's all about.
So I know it's been talked about for how long? The celebrity death list. Devastating. Everyone knows the big ones, right? Nancy Reagan, Muhammad Ali, Gene Wilder, David Bowie, Prince, Arnold Palmer, George Michael. God, I'm getting choked up with all these.
It's ridiculous.
Alan Rickman.
Fidel
Yeah.
Castro. Lord knows I miss him. Alan Rickman, who was, Pat?
Professor Snape. And Hans Gruber from Die Hard.
Hans
My
Gruber.
God,
Wow.
that's right. Florence Henderson. Who is Florence Henderson, Darius?
You got me stumped. on
She's
that
a
one,
lead singer of
actually.
Florence and the Machine.
She was the mom from the Brady Bunch, Darius.
No,
Pat,
no.
who is Florence Henderson for real, for real?
The mom from the Brady Bunch.
Sure was.
Oh, that show.
and
This
Star
one,
Wars.
this one hit me the
How
hardest.
about your
dude.
combo? Steve,
I was
who
pretty
your
upset.
combo?
The last 2
Carrie
weeks.
Fisher and her mom,
Her mom's name?
Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah.
It hit me hard. The Carrie Fisher one. I never really saw Debbie Reynolds in much stuff. So that sucked because it was the day after Carrie Fisher. But Carrie Fisher just was in The Force Awakens in 2015, and luckily they filmed all of Episode 8 already. So that's done. But she
Wow,
was.
way to be selfish there.
Yeah, thank
Well,
God that
yeah.
movie was
Well,
made.
whatever.
Otherwise, Steve might not have liked the movie.
She,
God forbid.
the Leia character was supposed to be like a prominent figure in Episode 9 also. So they're rewriting that whole thing now.
So did you see they actually
wow.
have a petition to make
Yeah.
her an official
To
Disney
make her an
princess?
official. She should be.
I agree.
She's a
awesome.
Disney-owned
Yeah, I
character
agree.
now.
But there's an unofficial
Why'd my voice
rule
get
that
so
they have
high?
to be animated.
She should be. Mickey,
Actually,
I was
Mickey,
channeling, I was
yeah.
channeling my inner Mickey
You're
Mouse
Disney,
there.
right.
When
Yeah.
Luigi comes on the next podcast, you're going to
Oh,
love
she
him.
should be.
So let's talk about the less known victims of 2016. Abe Vigoda,
The United States of America?
known for the Godfather movies. Handsome man, huge eyebrows. I don't know if you know him. Pat Harrington, from One Day at a Time.
One day at a time.
Randomly, also the voice of voice in this show called Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels.
Never even heard of it.
Never heard of that one.
But I'm considering renaming my band exactly that phrase. Zsa Zsa Gabor,
Yeah.
Ah, I forgot about that one.
actress and socialite, married 9 times.
Holy smokes.
Man.
8 times to Sean.
And and died of cardiac arrest. Who could blame her after all that shit?
Yeah.
Pat, who was Doris Roberts?
Was she the maid from the Brady Bunch? She wasn't.
She wasn't. That was the mom from Everybody Loves Raymond, Grandma's Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I didn't know
I
that.
actually didn't even
died.
know. I actually didn't even know she died.
Dead,
I didn't know that either.
dead.
Rest in peace.
No one probably knows this guy, William Shallert.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Shakespeare. I know that
Shallert.
guy.
Shallert.
But he's been dead for a while.
He's all right. No, I think he's still alive. William Shallert, he was on a big show called the Patty Duke Show in 1963.
Oh, back in the day.
Nobody
yeah.
knows him, but the only reason I'm telling you this is because Patty Duke also died in 2016.
Son of a bitch.
She was more known in the 1979 movie Miracle Worker. She played Anne Sullivan.
Would it be quicker to just name people that didn't die in 2016?
Seriously.
Okay, so I'm going to lift the spirits a little bit because I'm tired of this. These are all the good things that happened in 2016. These are the
I'm
good
ready.
things. Okay?
I'm ready.
There was a new chemotherapy breakthrough that increased the survival rate in 5 years of pancreatic cancer.
Oh, too bad we didn't have that for Swayze.
Oh, crazy for Swayze.
Wow, yeah. Patrick, rest in peace.
Wow.
Scientists
man.
figure out how to link robotic limbs with the part of the brain that deals with the intent to move. The number of tiger, panda, and manatees are growing and still continue to grow. The world tiger count rose for the first time in 100 years.
See, now
Fuck
I
yeah.
just saw a commercial yesterday saying about how their numbers were dwindling and that I
Tiger.
should donate.
Filmed in 2014 or 2011, where I usually get my statistics.
Yeah, where
Study
are these
show.
statistics from?
The Catholic and Orthodox leaders met for the first time in 1,000 years. Toys R Us is offering quiet shopping hours for kids with autism.
It's
this
funny
holiday
that you
season.
mentioned
I
the
didn't even know
kids
that.
I don't
right
wanna
after you
grow
mentioned the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, how else will the priest know when to go?
Not okay. Not okay.
Shit
Well,
on
I
it.
can't tell. We went from up, down, and down, up, and back down again. But now we're going to move
Up,
Up
down,
ways
down,
and
left, right,
sideways.
to
left,
one
right,
of
right,
our
right,
favorite
left, start.
segments in,
In
the
the
news.
news. Is this where we cut away to in the news sound?
In the news.
In the news.
Cheap food shooting.
Police said in a statement that 23-year-old Jonathan K. Newman has been charged with second-degree burglary of a Townsend pizza shop. The problem? He did it completely naked. Police say the Newman's pants
I usually do it naked, too.
is ripped off as he entered the store from the roofette. Footage shows
Roofette?
The roof.
Roofette?
Is that like the female version of the roof?
Or a tiny roof? Like a roofito?
There's an N.
Roofette, please.
It's roofette. Video footage
Wait,
shows.
isn't that the black
Study
trans?
show?
Oh, that's RuPaul, not Roofette.
Video footage shows the suspect then took off his shirt to cover his face. There was no money in the cash register, but the suspect still
Must be a
caused
shitty pizza shop.
thousands of dollars in damage in the actual store. So he tore his pants off trying to get into the building, and then he took his shirt off to cover his face so that no one could
Well,
recognize his
you
face.
can't rob someone with your face exposed.
Well, imagine the suspect.
Wonder who it
lineup.
was.
You can only show them one head. You have to choose which one.
So did police have to identify him by his penis?
Is that even legal?
If you cover the, I'm supposed to say, imagine like the lineup when they have to like figure out.
They put their
who's
dicks
who,
through the
like-
hole. They're like,
It's just a bunch of glory holes. For manly loving, be here at 2:30 a.m.
all of a
Number
sudden,
one.
Seabass walks in behind you.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Number one, I'd like to see more shaft, please. Put your shaft through the.
Number two, could you shave those balls?
Could
You
you
think
give that guy a Viagra? He's looking too soft.
You think the
That's-
pizza shop open the next day? Like,
Looks
I
like
didn't, I didn't order pubic hair on my pizza, but
maybe the dough was the only thing rising in the pizza shop.
all of a sudden, Meat Lovers is a new special over there.
Can I get mine with extra sausage?
And that is in the news.
You know, that guy's favorite pizza, I bet, has no toppings
Are we
or
gonna,
bottom.
Guys, it's time to move on. Steve's favorite phrase of mine. Our main topic tonight is cuddling. That's right, cuddling. According to Mr. Webster, cuddling is to hold close in an affectionate manner, hug tenderly, fondle.
Oh,
Gary Coleman Webster?
he sure was.
To lie close and snug or nestle. Guys, question. Do you like to cuddle? Darius,
Absolutely. I mean, cuddling is a bad thing.
would you cuddle me right now?
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Well, no hesitation.
Well, according to livescience.com.
Live science? It's a homonym. It's fine.
Live science.
Everyone's laughing, but it's fine. It's a homonym.
According
Is
to
our heart beating?
According to laughscience.com.
According to 2011science.net,
These studies show.
Cuddling will boost your immune system. It helps deepen your relationships. It relieves pain, helps with the bonding process, reduces social anxiety, reduces stress, lowers your risk of heart disease, and actually doesn't have a definition, meaning you taking a bath or playing with your dog also counts as cuddling.
oh, thank you for saying dog. I thought you were going to say self. Because if so, I cuddled the shit out of myself like 3 times today.
You cuddled 2 or 3 times today, huh?
And smoked after every one.
Okay, well, the most important part of cuddling is it releases a hormone.
A homone?
Or
Wow. It releases a
I
homo.
almost got that word. I almost got
His name's Steven.
called
Oxytocin.
oxytocin. Thank you. It's oxytocin. It's a hormone secreted by the back lobe of the pituitary gland, a pea-sized structure at the back base of the brain. It's often referred to as the love hormone, actually, and are released mostly in the woman's brain during certain times, particularly during childbirth. So we're going to talk about this, but after sex, it's all cuddle or it's never cuddle? Pat?
Well, it depends on how much time I used. If they're up at the half hour, then they just have to leave.
Then you tip them and then they just...
I give them their cab money and then they're gone.
Darius, when fireman time's completely over, do you cuddle yourself?
Fireman time.
fireman.
You know, playing with your hose.
I mean, it depends. Like, if it's going to be one of those ones that there might be another trip, yeah.
Oh my god.
If there might be another fire,
Yeah,
then
fire.
If it's arson, I'm going to cuddle.
you know, for the second one, I really got to put myself in the mood. So.
You know, if we got to call another engine in here.
Yeah.
So, Steve, after intercourse, it's cuddle no matter what, or are there times where cuddling is not just your thing?
I mean, there's been times where there's no cuddling, where it's just been kind of
Sometimes
like
just,
a hookup.
yeah, sometimes just a high five.
Yeah,
and-
it's like a hookup. It's like, all right, cool, that was good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put my clothes on. I'm out of here. See ya.
Well, let me
See you
explain
later.
that. Oxytocin, it inhibits the brain's fear center. It has shown to influence how men remember their mother's affection towards them as a child. It's mommy issues. That's the whole thing.
Huh.
Is oxytocin.
So male strippers have a lot of oxytocin.
Clearly. And firemen.
But only if there's a second fire.
Sorry, Darius. It helps heal age-related ailments.
I thought you were gonna say it helps heal AIDS. I was like, whoa.
Hey.
Magic Johnson,
Yeah.
huge cuddler.
And it
Yeah.
helps treat eating disorders. But actually, it's not just for humans. The hormone makes dogs more friendly towards their owners, or cats, or things like that.
Wait,
You-
hold on. Are the owners having sex with them? Or I'm confused.
In case you're wondering, check out the Boomer the Dog interview that happened just
On the
past
last episode.
last episode.
Darius, can you give us a roar?
So, guys, there are
Darius can heat
actually
again.
they exist professional cuddlers that you can actually pay
No
to
shit.
bring into your home, or go to their place and you can cuddle them.
So, like,
Is there a coupon?
Is there a website you go to?
Groupon.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's blocked at where I work, but
The Cuddlist on the Cuddlist.com actually has one. Do you guys want to talk to someone that actually it goes?
If you got one available,
along?
let's
Yeah.
do it.
A professional cuddler.
are they giving out free samples?
Okay, guys. Cuddlist.com is a company that finds, trains, and pairs up professional cuddlers with their clients. They present cuddling as a plutonic and therapeutic service and believe in the power of touch and love. On Skype with us now is a professional cuddler from Chicago, Illinois. She is certified. She's a certified CPF, or a cuddle party facilitator, and was cool enough to come on the show and rap with us on what it's like to be a cuddler. So give a warm, cozy, superheroes welcome to Keeley Shoup. Keeley, thank you so much for coming on. How are you tonight?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me today.
Fantastic. So, question, how old are you? We sort of did the math, 26, 25, 26?
28, but I'll take 26.
Nailed it.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
A little bit off.
We're
I mean,
also very
close
good at
enough.
math.
I can tell. That's your strong suit. That's why you became podcasting.
Exactly.
Keeley, let's start off. How long have you been cuddling?
Since I was born.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
that was amateur hour, though.
Yeah, what do you...
I've been professional
There
cuddling
we
for over a year, though I do joke with clients and friends alike that I have been doing this professionally since I was about 8 years old. When my sisters, I have two older sisters, we would sit down and watch Saturday morning cartoons. They would pay me $0.25 an hour to tickle their arms and rub their back. True story.
Dang.
Wow.
Wow.
So I have been a professional cuddleist, a certified professional cuddleist for over a year, but this has been kind of my calling my whole life.
How exactly do you get certified? Like, when you're cuddling, what do you do?
Great question. So it's not something that happens while cuddling. It happens. I am a certified professional cuddle party facilitator. So that's one different kind of certification. And then cuddleist itself provides a certification program. You have to actually go through, get boundaries and consent training. You have to do an interview. You have to do some review, cuddle sessions to make sure you are not only brand appropriate, but
Not a
that
creep.
you are going to be, in the realm of safe for all the clients.
Nice. So, just going to ask, how did you find out about this as a profession?
Well, the founders are good friends of mine.
Oh.
So
Shit.
That makes
Right in
sense.
there,
I had an in. When they, actually, Adam, who is the founder and CEO, is in the same class to get our Cuddle Party certification as I was. So we were kind of going through these different kinds of trainings and certifications in this same field together. And then when he and Madeline got together and were like, we really need to create this thing for one-on-one. People need this intuitive healing touch therapy. People want it. It's really important and it adds value and really wonderful. It improves people's lives. That once they said that idea, I was like, I'm on board. I'm 100% on board.
Yeah, why not?
When they launched the site, I was on.
So this might be a personal question, but are you in a relationship right now? I mean, he'd have to be, if you were, he'd have to be a very secure individual, he or she. You said when you're cuddling, you say you're cuddling with a guy. No, just know that when you're cuddling with a guy, you've cuddled with everyone that he has cuddled with too.
Wow, you sound like a middle school video.
Yeah. 1980s health class.
Step away from Dare videos. I do have a partner. I'm not going to get into my relationship because that would take a whole long session and I'd have to introduce everyone to what polyamory is. But I do have a partner. He's 100% comfortable with the work I do. He would liken it, and I would also liken it to if you have a massage therapist, you're touching naked people all day. Does a massage therapist typically have partners? Yeah. They're typically they can be married. That's not weird. It's not weird for someone to touch naked people all day. I'm cuddling fully clothed. So it's in the same realm,
Sure.
Do you use protection? What's cuddle protection? A sleeping bag.
Clothing.
A Snuggie.
Did you have a Snuggie?
Oh, my God.
If we want to go there, actually, in the Cuddlist Code of Conduct, there is a rule that stipulates no saliva exchange.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How about that?
Can you do me a favor? Can you explain the in call or out call, and which do you actually prefer?
Yeah, no, great question. In call takes place in my home. Out call can take place any place that's not my home.
Okay.
So I prefer in call because I have a lot more control over the surroundings. I have a great place. I'm really lucky. I'm very, very fortunate and very grateful to have the place that I have.
And a lot
I
of guns and
Right, you have to, right?
A weapons wall.
What'd you say?
and a lot of guns and knives and other
Yeah,
weapons.
right, all displayed right there on the
Right.
wall.
I'm not afraid to go back to prison.
They do a lot of cuddling in prison, actually. So
You know how I start my sessions? That's so weird. No. No, it's so cozy in there. It's warm. I've got a giant futon, like several stacked futon mattresses. I have a big oversized couch. I have a couple oversized, like people love seats. And it's just so warm and cozy, inviting. I can light incense. I can play music. I can create the environment that I want to create to make sure someone's like kind of in the most relaxed and blissed out state that they can be. If I go elsewhere, that can be to someone else's home. It could be, and this might blow your minds, I've had cuddling sessions like in public. So we could go to a beach, get a
Okay.
big beach
Man.
blanket.
You go to
I
like a
live
Cubs
right by
game
the
and
beach
cuddle on the
in
seats.
Chicago. So what'd you say?
I said you go to like a Cubs game or something and cuddle on the seats.
You really could. I've never done that, and I don't know if I'd want to. But
You might end up on a kiss cam or something.
that would be we would be violating the code of conduct, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
there
so
you
we would
go.
just
Yeah.
Cut out the Cubs game.
shoot fingers at his cam.
Nice.
So they're like, is there like a getting to know you phase, or do you go like right for the cuddle? Like, let's say Darius wanted to set up a cuddle appointment with you. Like, how would he go about doing that?
Yeah, I would say no for the record.
in fact,
Thanks,
can we
guys.
do a cuddle interview right now with Darius?
So it's for
Okay, so this is Darius, by the way.
hi Darius.
Hi.
Now, say for
Hello.
instance, you were going to do a cuddle session with him. What are some questions you want to ask, or what would the process be to make sure that he wasn't going to murder you?
Great question. So I would first off say, and Darius, I'm going to put you on the spot. And why did you want to cuddle today?
Yeah, Darius, why'd you want to cuddle today?
It was a rough work day. Feeling a little lonely. Things got a little tough there at work today. A lot of meetings. They stress you out.
That makes a lot of sense. I have a lot of clients who put their heart and soul into their careers, and that doesn't always leave the most time for like touch and connection outside of that. So that makes a lot of sense. Can you guarantee me that your intentions today are entirely platonic and that you're not looking for a sexual service?
Be honest, Darius.
That pause.
And why did he look at Sean before he answered?
And thus ends the interview.
So she's gonna say no.
That's gonna be a no to that right there.
I told you I'd say no.
What was
You guys
that?
picked up a really good point. It's that if at that point there's a stutter or like a long pause,
Awkward pause
Yeah.
from the
Right,
person
right,
staring
right.
at you, right?
happens. And what then I do is say, hey, if you're looking for a sexual service, I'm not going to shame you for that. That's really normal. That's really natural. And you know what? I think you should absolutely have that. I'm just not the right person. If you were going to a cardiologist, you would want to ask them about your heart. You wouldn't ask the cardiologist about your bones, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's, true.
There's
that's,
just
that's
different
fair enough.
specializations for different kinds of things. My specialization is taking you through platonic touch, intuitive healing touch therapy. And we do that in a platonic structured setting. So I'm really great for that, but I'm not going to be the best person to fulfill whatever need you have or seeking out if it's a sexual service. So I wish you the best of luck, and I want you to find that thing to fulfill you.
First of
So
all,
you see what I'm saying?
That's
that would be-
awesome. I love the way you just did that.
Yeah.
Very professional. But just for the record, you would cut it off right there and say, "Thank you, but no thank you." And I mean, how many times does that happen?
That's a really great question. It partially depends on where I'm advertising, but that conversation, that allowing people to have those kinds of desires, I almost even consider part of my job. Even though we never had a session, if I've validated someone's desire and helped them like on the track to find it somewhere else, that's part of like the heart reason why I do my job. You know what I'm saying? So like if you were talking percentages, the percent of requests I get that are like that, maybe 30 on an overestimate kind of scale. I would say
fair.
20 to 30%
Yeah.
of people who don't know how to access that and are really looking for a sexual service. And then I just kind of redirect. I'm like, you have resources available to you. I want you to find that fulfillment. Do the thing. I'm just not the right person.
Honest to God, that is
That's
so
very good.
that is so under what I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Truthfully, guys are pigs. We're pigs. What do you want from? We're just.
He's speaking
it's
from personal experience.
I totally get why you say that. I 100% get why you say that. But you know what? Guys are dealt a really raw deal. You guys aren't allowed to socialize and touch the way women are. It is considered weird. It's considered not manly. It's considered awkward or whatnot for you guys to hug or for men to have like hold hands. In other cultures in the world, men hold hands like it's nothing. Like it's not a big deal.
Well, you just
And,
described high school for
you guys
Sean.
don't get that. So you're dealt a raw deal in Western society.
We're actually all holding hands right now,
Yeah.
Keeley. This has been sort of a bonding experience for us. It's really nice. It's been really nice.
It's hands across America all over again.
We also sing Kumbaya because I'm waiting.
So let me get this straight, Keeley. You think men have had a rough go at it, harder than women, and you're not married yet? How does that even work?
Hold on a sec. There's a important distinction about what you said. Do I say harder than women? I didn't make that distinction,
No,
so
she
I'm
didn't.
not making that comparison. What I'm saying is that men do get a raw deal in terms of they're not allowed, like this hyper masculinity idea, which I think really feeds into why I have clients. The idea that they're not allowed, they're not socialized to have touch. It's not normal. Women in traditional gender roles are caregivers. They get to hug babies all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many outlets. Girlfriends can go and have like braid their hair and like look, think of all these stereotypical things that normative society reinforces as okay. Guys don't have that. Guys don't have that outlet. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense that I would get a lot of requests from people who like are really touch deprived. Touch deprivation is a real thing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, even if I'm talking about sports, it's really weird for me to hug one of these guys.
Yeah.
I actually braided Darius'
First
hair
off.
last week, though.
All right. Well, this is the first time I've actually asked this without a dirty mind. Once again, we're pigs, and I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
What is? Oh, okay, it's coming. What is your favorite position?
That's why I turned it to you.
That's an awesome question. Okay, so it changes all the time. I don't ever have one static favorite cuddle position, but right now, and it always cycles back. I like a position I've called the lazy boy. So
You had me at lazy.
Yeah. What is
You had me at boy.
what is that?
the lazy boy position is typically, and it could be either person, but typically I, as the facilitator of the event or the cuddleist, am sitting with my back that's propped up on a pillow. So I'm sitting with my straight up. The client is laying with their back to my chest, so we're facing the
Okay,
same
yeah,
direction.
I gotcha.
Okay, and so I am like their chair. They're leaning back, and I am like their chair. If you can picture that, that gives me a lot of access to like do great head scratches.
Okay, hold on. These guys are going to do it.
rubs.
These guys are going to act it out just to make sure that we're getting it right. I just want to make sure we're doing it right.
Other way.
Spin it for him.
So we're pretty much one of these jobs right
Just it.
You got
That's
it.
it.
Got it. We nailed it.
There it is.
You did the thing.
That is a nice
You know
one,
what?
though.
Yeah.
And forget society. I didn't feel weird doing that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. So actually, touching Steve like that brings me to another question. So what happens if it's a physical thing if someone gets aroused while this is happening?
Awesome. A great question. Another fantastic question.
We're killing it,
So
guys. We're
you guys are all men, as far as I can
Well,
tell.
Well,
Yeah. Well.
Iffy with me.
Guys,
my fiance would disagree, but
So I think that you're aware enough that erections are sometimes involuntary. There is a natural bodily reaction
NRB.
that happens that
Yep.
causes an erection.
That's a nightmare.
It's not shameful. It's not weird. It's not awkward.
It's shameful if it's at church. I can tell you right now. It's a little shameful.
Yeah.
And they're like, please rise for a prayer.
Yeah, please rise, and I'm already arisen.
and if you're Sean, it's,
I don't need 3 days. I can do it in 3 minutes.
Hallelujah.
and if you're Sean, it's
Like you've
extremely
had that experience.
short
I
and
want to say,
painful.
I'm sorry. That's an awful experience, and it's not something that I can relate to, but it's something I I can empathize with. And that can sometimes be really uncomfortable. It can feel, you can have that shame association with it.
Yeah.
In sessions, it's really important that we reinforce the fact that you're not going to be shamed for something like that. What we are going to do is we're going to make sure that if that does happen, if you have an erection and it's prolonged for any amount of time, we're going to continue to make sure we're taking deep grounding breaths and you're refocusing the intention back to platonic activity. So that can be really different than what most people are given, like the idea of. It's really empowering to think that you have the power to refocus your intention where you want it to go.
Under skills and specialties on the website, you have your CPF, right? Your cuddle party facilitation.
Yes.
You are an amateur masseuse.
Yes.
And then you are an empowerment leader and a space holder, okay?
Yeah.
So it's the two at the end that stumped me. Empowerment leader sounds like the Dark Lord of some weird sex cult. and space holder sounds like the job title given to the most useless guy in the office. Like, oh, but here's Justin, the office space holder.
Oh, no, that's the guy I put to stand in line for the new iPhone for me.
Right. Justin, make sure all the days are on the calendar for us. Would you, you space holder?
When the credits roll
Maybe
by
it's like
at the end
Darth
of the movie.
Vader's
Space holder.
and make sure to hold that space for
Right.
the Empire, right?
Keeley, could you please explain to our audience an empowerment leader and a space holder for us, please?
Sure thing. So empowerment leader, I host different workshops. I facilitate different events that are all geared toward personal empowerment. So taking back control over your emotions, taking back control over your life, taking back control over setting healthy boundaries and consent. So that's all empowerment leader is. I help people in my life do that. It's like saying relationship coach, only it's more specialized. So if that makes any sense.
Yep.
And then space holder. Have any of you guys ever heard of the term space holding before?
No.
Not even once.
So space holding is a specific kind of compassionate listening. Most of the time when you guys are like chatting with a friend, right? Say you've got, you're just unloading stuff from the day, maybe some stresses, maybe some different things that are going on in your life that are chaotic or hard to deal with, whatever it's going on. When you have someone you want to share that with, the idea of holding space for someone is that if you're coming to me and looking for me to hold space, I'm not going to, one, try to fix you. I'm going to assume until you ask me for advice that you got this. You just need to unburden.
What was your worst cuddling experience that you've actually ever had?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay, so
that's why I asked about the last name thing. And let me ask you, is there any dangerous ones?
What was the last thing you said?
Just asking, what's the worst one, and have you had any like dangerous ones where you felt that your life may have been in danger, or you were scared, or something along those lines?
There's only, in the more than a year I've done this, there's only ever been one time that I was really, like, exceedingly uncomfortable. And that time was, we actually never cuddled. So it was an out call session, which means I traveled to another location.
Oh, at least that's good.
Yeah, well, it's not actually. It's again contributes to the fact that I don't really love out call sessions, but I do them and they can be great. I've had wonderful ones, but it's not my preference. So I was an out call session to a hotel. Again, I've done that before. That's not any different than say a consultant going to someone's hotel room who's coming in from out of town, etc. So it was at a hotel, and the person they were supposed to meet me in the lobby. And a convention was going on, so there was a bit of a like hullabaloo in the convention, so I could understand why it would be a little bit hard to find me. But I was in a pretty clear location, and I let the person know where I was. After about 30 minutes of runaround, and it was, I'm here. Well, come to this location because I can't find you there. Well, okay, I'm exactly at the location you specified. Still can't find you. So like 30 minutes of just ridiculousness. I was like, okay, well, I'm leaving. And I apologize that you've wasted both of our times, but I've been very clear in how I've communicated. There isn't anything else I can do. And it's very clear that you're just wasting our time. So I'm going to go, and I hope you have the good rest of your night. So then the person started like texting me things like, "You smell so good. I love the outfit that you're wearing." And like,
Oh man,
That is
that's like a horror
creep
movie.
City.
factor to the nth degree. But again, I don't think I was ever really in any danger. It was mostly just kind of creep factor to the nth degree. And that's it. There was a really quick way that I changed my screening process, that if I'm going to do an out call, I charge a really small deposit for the travel fee, so that if I travel somewhere, I have to know someone's actually serious about the session. It's
Right.
not a very
Savvy.
large deposit. So
That
but
makes
it's,
sense. I mean, even
yeah,
like
it's just
anytime I get like a tattoo, or anytime you get a tattoo somewhere, if it's the first time going there, they make you put down at least $50 just so they know. Like if
Yeah.
you don't show up, then that's
Yeah.
it.
Steve, did you ever get a tattoo and then somebody cuddled you right after?
No, it'd probably hurt though.
Oh, okay. The cuddle?
that would be not so fun.
Yeah, it would not be fun.
Oh,
I see.
Tattoos
I mean,
hurt.
depends on the person you are. So not
Yeah.
going to judge.
I don't know if you guys have any other questions. Keeley, you've been amazing, and I thank you so much for coming on here and rapping with us. This is awesome. So, how possibly can any client or any one possible client get in touch with you or any of the other cuddlers if they want to create a session with you or whomever?
Yeah, thanks so much for asking. So anyone who wants a cuddle session, and these sessions are completely catered to the person. We go over what their desires are, like if they're trying to relax, if they're trying to like work through some issues. I have some clients who are like trauma survivors and they're trying to work through issues and whatnot. If anyone is just looking for some cuddles to feel nurtured because they haven't in a long time, any reason to come. If they want to schedule a session, they go to cuddlist.com, CUDDLIST, cuddlist.com, and they can click through Find Your Cuddlist. I'm on there. My name is Keeley. You can find me in Chicago. There's cuddlists all across the United States, and we're now starting to get a couple overseas. So we're training new cuddlists every day. If anyone's interested in the training, if this sounds like, man, this is your calling, you've been waiting your whole life to do this, contact one of the cuddlists, because they can help you get certified and kind of go through that process. But yeah, it's cuddlist.com, and you can find a cuddlist all across the United States.
Keeley, thank you so much for. Hey, do you have a five? I know you listen to the podcast. You already know what's coming. You got 5 minutes to play Fact or Fuck with us?
Sure.
Fact or fucked?
Guys, it's time for Fact or Fucked. We're going to play Keeley the Cuddler versus the superheroes. Keeley, we're going to start with you.
All right, I'm ready.
Oxytocin, the human hormone released during intercourse and childbirth, was discovered in 1909 by Harry Dale in the uterus of a pregnant cat. Fact or fucked?
I'm going to go fact.
Fact, Darius?
Fact.
That is a fact. Unbelievable.
I thought it was Dr. Oxytocin that found it.
God. damn
Although
it.
I'm gonna add to that fact.
Oh,
It's not just produced in pregnant women and during sex. It's also produced when skin-to-skin contact happens for more than 30 seconds.
Oh, hold on.
it's happening
28,
right now.
27, 26.
If I didn't drink enough to achieve erection. Okay, here. Fact or fucked, Pat. In addition to spooning, a well-known cuddle or
Forking. Oh.
love play position is called the 96, in which couples lay back to back and head to toe. Fact or fucked?
I wish you had said the lazy boy because I knew that one.
Got a little bit of experience with that.
I'm going to go with fucked on that one.
Fucked. Keeley, what do you say?
That is a position, yeah.
So it's
No, it's
Yeah.
fucked. I just made that up. That was, a 96? Have you done a 96 before?
So do you want me to go get my cuddle book? And
Oh, shit.
shit.
She just
Called
put you in your
out.
place.
Do it.
You are full of shit.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
just called your
Are
ass
you
out.
telling me I made something up on this sheet?
No,
and
I'm
it's real?
telling. No, she's telling you that you didn't make it up at all.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I just
I'm
wrote that.
telling you that you are clever and other people are just as clever.
Oh, you're not unique
The
at all.
nicest way of saying you're a liar. That
And-
was
Yeah.
amazing.
and an asshole.
Call out.
Okay, we'll call that one a draw. Steve,
Hi.
fact or fuck? In 2014, a Wisconsin woman by the name of Dawn Cole was arrested for breaking into a man's home and cuddling him without consent. When asking about their relationship, they stated that the couple met briefly and that
And
they
you-
only knew each other for a short time.
Yeah, briefly and short time are pretty much the same thing, but I'm gonna go fact. On that.
Fact. Keeley, what do you say?
The presentation's throwing me off. So
The presentation is what's screwing you up.
yeah, because like you were making the last part up, but
And you're a hot mess.
I found the rest of it, by the way. I found it.
oh, fucked.
That's a fact.
Oh,
Both of you, that is a fact. That is a
damn,
fact. and
Man,
that
a
is a fact.
CWC, a cuddling without consent.
I gotta say, my track record of fact or fuck's pretty good.
I think you're doing pretty well.
Mine's pretty good on the fuck
Speaking
part.
of someone who's terrible, Darius,
Yep. Here we go.
a rare specific phobia that involves
What remix?
that involves the fear of touching or being touched is known as haphophobia. Fact or fuck?
I'm gonna say fucked on that one. I don't feel it.
So you only have
You
part
don't
of a
feel
phobia?
it, really, Darius?
Half a phobia.
So did you say half a phobia or aphophobia?
It's I can spell it for you. HAPHEPHOBIA, haphophobia.
Ding.
Fact?
That is a fact. Keeley, what,
And there's my mishap.
Well done.
Boom.
what do you know? Darius didn't get it.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Pat, the word cuddle comes from the Old Norse kull or kull air, which means the neck or the base of the head.
Fucked.
That's fucked. Keeley?
I'm gonna say fucked. No.
That's fucked. You guys got it. God, I feel like
You realize that cull is actually a word,
sounds
right?
so good in my head, I'm aware. Steve,
Hey,
the large, high, backed pillow with two arms used to prop up oneself upright
Oh,
while
I
in
know
bed
this one.
is called a bed rest or a husband pillow.
does it? I'm gonna say fucked.
I say fact.
That's a fact, Keeley.
fact.
You are the
Son of a
one.
Oh, I was going to say it.
All right, three more, then we'll let you go. I promise. Darius,
Yeah.
an energy-gasm is the hands-free orgasm achieved only using the power of the mind and using deep concentration meditation. Fact or fuck?
Can you say that gasm word again?
I won't.
I'm gonna go with fact.
Fact.
Oh, a factgasm.
I mean, you're talking about tantra.
I am.
I'm gonna say fucked.
That's fact.
Oh,
Yes, I finally got it.
damn. Okay, D.
Tantra. calls
Okay,
it
so
an energy-gasm.
it's tantra. You're talking about
It
tantra.
absolutely is tantra.
He's not very good at this,
But
Keeley.
they
I'm
call this
sorry.
the energy-gasm, and it was the I forget the guy's name.
I
but
love
it
that
was-
she is blowing up all your research.
It's all real. I don't lie on these
Well,
things.
he spent about 3 minutes on this. She's been doing it for over a year.
Pat,
True.
I've been
And
doing it for like 3 years, just professional cuddling for a year.
Ah, there you go.
the studies show.
Pat, since 1983, the mascot for the Snuggle line of fabric softener was a teddy bear known as Comfort.
That's fucked.
Fucked.
Fact.
That is fucked.
That's so fucked because
What was his name?
It was
Snuggles.
Snuggles. I had the fucking Snuggles
You're
bear.
a cuddler and you don't know Snuggle? Come on.
I had the Snuggles bear. My uncle got it for me when I was fucking like 3 years old. I
My
love
teddy
that
bear
thing.
Did your
Run laps
uncle
around
also
Snuggle.
cuddle you
No, he
against
did
your
not,
will?
Actually,
Oh,
No.
CWC, cuddling without consent.
that thing was the most comfortable stuffed animal of all time.
But it smelled great.
Yeah.
Keely, last
I have the
one.
most comfortable stuffed animal of all time, and it's not Snuggles.
Do you have the stuffed
Oh,
animal
shit.
there?
Yes.
Is his name Sean?
She's going to get it.
Are you guys familiar with Avatar: The Last
Holy
Airbender?
shit!
Wow, that was fast.
That's the most freaky thing
look
I've
at
ever
that.
Yeah,
seen.
that's
Hold on, I
scary
gotta
as
turn this
hell.
around.
Hey, Pat's got to stand up.
That
Here.
is a scary
Oh shit! It's the dude
ass-
from Avatar.
Yes, it's Appa.
Appa, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
You really are a nerd. I love it.
You are the super
Or just
nerd
you
right
can
now.
See my assortment of mermaid blanket tails.
Can you turn? Can you
I'm
turn
not trying
that?
to hide my nerdiness.
Yeah.
Nice. I think I was one of like the 3 people that went and saw that movie in theaters.
I saw it with
I-
you, Pat.
I did not see it
You
in the
tell
theater.
Sean, different Avatar.
Oh, really?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, we're not
Based on
talking about Avatar
Nickelodeon
like the
too.
blue guys.
Yeah, that's the one I thought of. Keely, you got one last one for us. Ready?
All right, do it.
And you'll be playing the man in front of you.
Jesus, that on the spot here. I'm on camera.
Yeah, look at
Fuck.
that.
The origin of spooning can be traced to coven of evil witches that would try to rob peaceful slumber from hardworking men.
Witches be crazy.
Fucked.
I'm going fucked also. She's saying while you're reading that, she was giving a thumbs down. So
That
Yeah.
was beyond fucked.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Keeley, thank you so much, guys. We have to thank Keeley for coming on and
Hey,
being
thanks.
so cool with us.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Keeley. You were great.
Not a problem, you guys. It was a blast.
I'm sorry that I can't be one of your clients. That I.
You did turn him down.
You had
First
that
interview.
Darius, it was
Second
that
question.
2-second pause.
When we
Honestly, though, Darius, if you can commit that it's going to be a non-sexual experience, I'm happy to give
Yeah,
you the
he hasn't committed that since I've known him, so probably not. Guys, if you want to find Keeley or more about Keeley, you can find her at cuddlist.com/KEELEY. Keeley, where can we find you on Facebook and Twitter?
You can find me at Cuddle Keeley on Facebook or Chicago Cuddles on Facebook. That's my professional page. On Twitter, it's Keeley Shoup. That's my handle at Twitter.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
Hey, you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Thank you so much for listening, you guys. Goodbye.
If you want to find out more about the Weekend Superheroes, you can find us at weekendsuperheroes.com, facebook.com/Weekend Superheroes, Twitter. Our handle is WKNDSuperheroes.com. You can find us on
No
YouTube.
.com on the Twitter thing every week.
YouTube, Spreaker, Stitcher, all the media outlets. Darius, would you like to say goodbye to Keeley?
Goodbye, Keeley, and goodbye, ladies.
There we go. Pat, say goodbye to Keeley.
goodbye, Keeley. May the force be with you.
Ooh, yeah. I like that one.
Steve, say
I mean,
goodbye to
I don't have
Keeley.
anything else to add to that, but I'm going to say bye anyway.
It's good enough. Keeley, thank you. And always remember, do podcast responsibly.